Good morning and welcome to Generation Xer. My name's Patch and today I'm going to be providing you with a unboxing, setup and general testing of the Wansview W2 outdoor security camera. This weatherproof IPcam is capable of recording in 1080p and offers night vision with infrared lighting, and I'm hoping it's going to be a useful addition to my home security setup. Okay, so here we are with the unit as it's come out of the outer delivery carton from Amazon. It's in a black inner plastic envelope. Let's go ahead and unbox it. Okay, pop that to one side. So this is the view from the top. So we can see we've got the Wansview Full HD waterproof Wi-Fi IP camera, model number W2. Confirms it does Full HD 1080p recording. It's waterproof to IP66 certification and offers smart P2P setup. There's an Android app on the Google Play Store and also an iPhone app on the App Store. Looking at it from the side, there's a little bit of blurb in English and French, various icons and little tabs denoting some of the functions. Again, the same blurb in German and Italian. And then here we have allegedly this is as easy to set up as 1, 2, 3. 1, install the Wansview app. 2, add camera by scanning the QR code, and 3, enter the password and start viewing. Okay, we'll see if that works. I have to say, although I've never used this camera before, I have some experience of Wansview's internal cameras, and I have to say they're great, and they are as easy as 1, 2, 3, or they were as easy as 1, 2, 3 to set up. And in fact, I will be doing a review and unboxing of one of those hopefully in a little while. But for now, focusing on this unit, as you can see, it's available in black and white. I actually ordered it in white to match my conservatory. Let's get it open and see what's inside. Okay, so a reasonably secure box. What have we got here? We have a quick installation guide, and also a full instruction manual, which looks to be reasonably well produced and comprehensive. What I'll do is I'll read those offline before setting up, and then come back and hopefully talk you through the setup, which hopefully will be as easy as they say. We've got 2 packs of mounting screws. I don't know if they're just duplicated, it looks like they are, but we'll see. We've got a network cable here. Then we have a power cable. So this is a UK 13 amp plug with obviously a proprietary power connection. This looks to be, I'm not sure what this is. Oh, I imagine this is probably some kind of waterproof casing for connecting the power cord. And then inside we have the unit itself. So I have to say it feels reasonably solid and well made, quite heavy. Feels like, I think this is metal by the feel of it. It's certainly reasonably weighty. I have to say it's a bit smaller than I expected, just looking at the picture on Amazon and also the original outer packaging, but it's actually quite a small compact unit, which I think is quite nice. I'm guessing this will be to connect an antenna. Obviously this is proprietary network and power connection, although just to reiterate, this is an wireless IP cam. And then looking on here, we can see the lens, and then all of the infrared bulbs on the outside of the lens. And then finally we've got another little bag with some more screws of some kind, an aerial, and then a little certificate of conformity. Right, so there we are. That's the contents of the box. It all looks pretty good so far. As I say, what I'll do now is I will take things offline. I will have a gander through the quick setup guide and also the full installation guide, and then hopefully come up and come back online and show you a quick setup. Oh, one thing I forgot to say, I've just noticed on the underside here we have what looks to be the QR code, which was referenced in the quick setup guide, and I can see a default user, admin, default password 123456, and then the ID of the camera. Obviously I'll change the username and password. I'll talk you through how to do that once I've worked it out myself. So there we go, that's the contents. As I say, I'll take it offline now and be back in a little while once I've had a chance to read the instructions. Okay, so welcome back. In the time I've been offline setting things up, the sun's gone in, so I've just had to put the main light on, which has changed the color balance a bit. Apologies for that. I've also plugged the network cable into my secondary router and read the quick installation guide. I must admit I've not been through the full guide yet, simply because the quick installation does look so straightforward. So let's give it a go and see if it works. So the first thing it says to do is to download the Wansview app from the Play Store. I'm on Android. I've got an old secondary phone here, simply because my main phone already has the Wansview app installed with some camera setup, and I wanted to run you through the process from beginning to end. So just going on to the Play Store, doing a quick search for Wansview, and it's first one to come up. I'll just click install on that. Then whilst that is singing to itself, I'll get the power cord out and plug that into a power socket I've got just conveniently behind me here. Right, first thing it says to do is to connect the antenna. So let's go and okay, that doesn't sit. First thing first, I'll have to just loosen this so that I can actually get to the bend this bracket, because I can't actually fit the antenna on at the moment. There, so that's not yet loose enough. Okay, that's loose. Right, now that slips on nicely, and I can hopefully now just bend that the way I want or need to. Okay, yeah. Okay. Next it says to connect the power supply, so that's that. And then from memory it says to connect the network cable, which is here. Let me just double check these steps. Download app, connect camera to antenna, power, network cable. Okay, so I'm now going to switch on the power supply, and hopefully we should see this little LED come on, which it has. Don't know if you can see it there. Next I'm going to go back into the camera. Okay, the Wansview app has installed, so I'm going to click on open. Wansview smart home IP camera. Right, it's obviously just sitting, settling into itself. So it's asking me for a few permissions. So allow Wansview to record audio, I shall allow. Step 2 of 4, allow Wansview to take pictures and record video, I will allow. Step 3, allow Wansview to access photos, media and files on your device, which I'll allow. And finally, allow Wansview to access this device's location, which I will also allow. Next we're into the main user interface. I'm just going to run quickly through the main setup here. What I'll do is I'll probably do a separate video just walking through this Wansview app in a little bit more detail. But in terms of initial setup, what you have to do is click on plus to add a new camera. So it's got three options: add camera via wired method, add camera via Wi-Fi method, or add already connected network camera. So I'm going to go and add via the wired method. Then it's saying set up camera, power camera on, and connect it to router using Ethernet cable, which I shall do, clicking next. Then it's got a scanner, which a QR scanner, which I shall use to scan the QR code on the side of the camera here if I've got enough light. And very quickly and neatly it's come up with the camera ID, the username default, which is admin, and the password, which is telling me here is 123456. And it's telling me as a tip to keep the admin as login name and 123456 as default password during Wi-Fi configuration, and that I can modify the username and password as I need after Wi-Fi configuration is successful. Okay, so I shall click next. Oh, it's asking me to input the camera name, so I'm actually going to put this in my back garden, and it's my the third camera on my network, so I'm going to call this cam 03 hyphen back garden. Okay, oh, with a space. Okay, and next, and it's saying connecting. Tips: connect success. Do you want to set up Wi-Fi? So I shall click OK. Right, it's given me a list of various networks which are zooming and beaming around me. I shall go for this top one here and input my Wi-Fi password, which is like so, and click next. Setting up Wi-Fi, and hopefully set up Wi-Fi success. You can choose to unplug the network cable and choose to connect the camera via Wi-Fi. Okay, that's what I will be doing, so I shall now unplug this, and hopefully it should make no difference. And then here on the screen I can see my cam 03 back garden status online, and I can just click on there and give it a few seconds, and hopefully if I point that outside, there we have a live picture. As I move the camera, welcome to my back garden. So I have to say that was pretty easy and smooth. The next thing to do now, I guess, is to go in, change a couple of settings. Okay, so for this final section of the video, I'm just going to put my phone screen up on full view here and cover a few final points. You'll notice first of all that the actual screen of the phone itself has changed. That's just because in the time it's taken me to relocate my camera and come back down here, the app has actually updated itself and is showing a new option to add battery camera, but we can disregard that. So if we just click on the settings cog against cam 03 back garden, the first thing I'm going to do is going and have a look at the security settings. As we can see, this is still set up as the default username and password, so the first thing I'd recommend for all users is to change that. I'm not going to have a look at most of the options on this menu. but we will go into advanced settings and then go into user settings and then admin, and here we can see the username, and if I have a look on this closed eyelid icon against password, we'll see that the default password is as per factory settings, which is 123456. Now, in the past I've sometimes had problems when I've tried to change the username and password of the default user in one go. So just to be on the safe side, I'm going to do it in 2 stages. Firstly, I'm going to change the password, so I shall change that for now to test1234, and then click on the tick to confirm that. Then I'm going to go back into advanced settings, user settings and admin, and then I'm going to change the actual username from the default admin to, say, patch admin, just to make it a little bit more secure. And then click on the tick. So that's now changed the default, which is good. A couple of other settings to have a look at, again under advanced settings, is just in the time settings. So go in and check that they're correct. By default it seems to be set to time zone in Asia, which is not surprising given that this camera is made in China. So I'll just go and change that to the correct time zone for me, which is GMT Europe/Dublin, and then I'll also tick for it to automatically calibrate using my local NTP server. So tick that and confirm, that's good. Then the final thing I'll just change under the miscellaneous option is just to go in and display the time and camera name under OST settings. So if you just tick to overlay the time and overlay the name, just change this to cam01 underscore front garden. I've put an underscore in because I know from past experience that in this particular field it doesn't like spaces. Then tick that, and that's successfully updated. So as I mentioned, I've actually relocated this camera from the back garden to my front garden, so I'm just going to go in quickly and change a name here. So cam03 front garden, and that should be just about it in terms of the key settings. Then the only thing left to do now is to go back and show you what the picture quality is like. So if we escape back out of here and then go and click on the play button on the little thumbnail, you'll see a picture of my front garden. You can see that it defaults to 480p, so if you go in and change that to 1080p, you'll see that gives a nice clear picture. At the moment it's not set to record or play sound or audio, but you can change that by clicking on the speaker icon for sound, and similarly if you want to talk you can click on the mic icon, and then that'll show up a hold button. If you then just press on that, that'll play out whatever you say on the built-in camera speaker. And then there are various other settings here which I'll talk about in another video. But just to show that this is a live picture, I will just go outside and show you. and here I am. Quick wave, and then if I pop outside the front gate, you can easily imagine anybody coming by, coming through, will be easily captured on your security camera, and that all works very well. And finally, I've just also shown, or I'm showing some nighttime footage, just so you can see what it looks like with the infrared lighting. So that's it, quick unboxing and test and review of the Wansview W2 security cam. I hope you found it useful. If so, please hit the like button, and if you'd like to be kept abreast of my future videos, please click the subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to make sure you're informed of any new videos I post. For now, this is Patch signing off. Thank you.